Hey friends, it's me, the Ebony Otaku, the well-rounded nerd. As you can see, I'm in a little bit different of a place today. A lot of you who have been around for a little while since I started doing this whole thing know that I'm also the children's minister at my church. This is my church office domain, and it's kind of fun because since I'm the children's person, my office gets to be real, just kid-friendly and fun. Like I've got butterfly posters, a Sailor Moon poster, an Adventure Time poster in the theme of Totoro. It's got like Finn and Jake and Bimo holding the umbrellas at the bus stop, the classic Miyazaki scene to meme all over the place, which I love. When kids and families come in here to sit down, talk, whatever, just explore. It's a bright, fun environment. I wanted it to be that way, and it is that way, and I like it. But as you also know, I recently took a trip to Disney World over the summer and came home with a few things. And some of them I'm going to put in my office. And then also just because I'm a whole nerd and every time I go somewhere, I'm going to hit up the local Walmart to see what they have in terms of Transformers. So let's look at a couple of things real quick. Okay, so first is this guy. I knew I was going to spend some money at Disney. I mean, it's Disney. You're going to spend money. Had a great time. Every single attraction, ride, restaurant I went to, I always got asked, "Are you having fun? You're here alone? You're here by yourself?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm the happiest person in the happiest place on earth." Because I wasn't waiting on anyone. I got to get up and go to bed when I felt like it. I ate at all the restaurants I wanted to, went to the rides I wanted to go to when I wanted to go to. I had a great time. But I in my head, was a whole lie. But in my head, I said, "Oh, I'm not going to spend gobs of money on Disney swag." Yes, I am, because I got off of, I think it was, which ride was it? One of them in Hollywood Studios. There's a whole Star Wars land. But I got off one of the Star Wars themed attractions, and they've got the store at the end of the ride, and I was just like, just blinders through the store. Yeah, it didn't work. Saw this. Look. So yeah, they got me, and once you crack the seal, then you just get everything you want. I mean, everything I got isn't here. I'm just going to show you some of the stuff that's going into the office here because I like fun stuff in my office. Pastor's office looks real holy. Lots of books. I mean, I got a little set of books over there in the windowsill. Can you see them? Yeah, I got a little set of books over there. Not nearly as many as he does. But yeah, this was the first thing that I got. And then, once you break the seal, that's it. More's coming. So let's take a look at some things. Disney bag, of course. I had several of these. So keeping in the Star Wars theme, everyone who goes to Disney has to find their right pair of Mickey Mouse ears. I'm a huge fan of the kitty cat ear. But, in honor of Disney and that they own the Star Wars property, I'm a huge fan of BB-8 as well. And when I saw these ears, I was like, "Oh, those are my ears." So these were for me. But there were so many cool ears. Like there was one pair that was clear and had lights in it. And you could see TIE fighters and the Death Star in the ears. Those were super cool. Of course, they've got the honeymooning ears, the groom and the bride or whatever. It was just a lot of fun. Everybody can find ears. The princess ear, the unicorn ear, the golden ears, the 50-year celebration ear, whatever you want. But these are the BB-8 ears. Look, the price tag is still on them. How much were they? Oh, I'm not going to tell you. It's more than you think. But yeah, totally worth it. This is cute to have. Will I wear them? I'm obviously not against costuming up my regular life, so there's a good possibility. But then one day I went to Epcot. Really went for the food, rode some fun rides, had a great time. Did not know what Epcot really was at the time. And I mean, I'd only done Disney once in my life before, and it was 10, 12 years ago, and I went to a children's pastors conference. I wasn't the children's minister. At that time, I was a helper at my church, and they asked me to go to be a part of this conference. We had a booth and, all that kind of good stuff. And I did the Magic Kingdom. It was the only one I experienced ever. And I was in a group, and I had a great time. Pranced through Disney like a 12-year-old. It was great. It was great for me. Came back with a Disney jacket. Still have that jacket. It is in the rattiest condition you have ever seen, but I still love it. But if you don't know anything about Epcot, it is kind of a world-themed amusement park. So not as many rides as the other parks, but the stuff they have is cool. That big spiky globe thing. It's a ride experience, and you kind of see how technology has changed through the world and where certain things came from. That was a lot of fun. The new Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster is there at Epcot. That's cool. It's a very different experience. That racetrack thing, they had a good flight simulator. I had a lot of fun. But then you walk around and visit all of the countries that are represented in Epcot. I went to China, figuratively. That was really cool. Got to have a photo with Mulan, the only Disney princess I care anything about. So got to have a photo with Mulan. But then also they had this, what was it called? I can't remember the name of it. It was like this Experience China thing where you went into this huge room. There's screens all around. It feels like you're moving. You stand the whole time, but it's just these panoramic vistas of the most beautiful parts of China. It was insanely gorgeous. Loved it. And I was like, well, if they got China, they must have Japan. Walk, walk, walk. And guess what they had? They had a whole Japan. Now, there's a whole Japan store in Epcot, which, duh. But I went in on like the grocery side. So I thought that, it just sold like food and stuff. And it wasn't anything I couldn't get at home, like rice cakes and, what's that little competto, the little sugar candy with the poppy seed in the middle, stuff like that. I was like, all this is at my local Asian market. It's all good. Don't need it. And I kept walking. And then if you keep walking around, so if you go on the grocery side and just walk to the front, you're going to be pleasantly surprised because they went full otaku in the second half of the store. So I start walking around and notice stuff like this. And Disney got me again. So there's a whole nerd section in the Japan area of Epcot. If you are a weeb, nerd, otaku, however you identify in the I love Japanese animation, pop culture world, they've got something for you. And when I tell you, all of my self-control went out the window when I went into that store. First, there was a whole Sailor Moon section, appropriate, right? So I had to go through the whole Sailor Moon section. These are super cute, so they're going to be in my office here. I'm going to find a place to set them. Probably up there on that shelf because it needs more because it's all Star Wars-y, so I need to get some of my girls in there. But then I have a big blank wall in my office that I wanted to put something on and found this. It is, and I haven't opened it yet. Of course, they have the big version there at the store. I also got it. It's in my office at home. I got a Kiki's delivery service, the cat and Kiki's delivery service. They had a backpack with the ears, the face. It came home with me. But official unwrapping. And how much was this? Oh yeah, just don't look back at the part. Don't look back at what you spent. You know what you did. So here is the little of what it is, but let's unfurl it in all of its glory. Oh, I just dropped the hooks on the floor. That's okay, I know where they are. Which way does it go? Oh, this way. I'm unrolling it right. Is that not gorgeous? I love wall scrolls so much more than posters. This is beautiful. And when I saw it, I lost my mind. I have been such a Sailor Moon fan since I was a kid. It started coming out in America when I was like, I guess about 10 years old, 9, somewhere in there. And when I tell you every day after school at 3:30, I was watching me some Sailor Moon. This was my jam. But in the States, they didn't do the entire series because, what Japan thinks is appropriate for kids and what America thinks is appropriate for kids are very different. So when I got the subbed versions later on in life, I was like, oh, they left a whole lot out. And then I read the manga and I was like, oh, they really left a lot out. But still a beautiful story. Love it. Story of friendship, love, all that good stuff. But look at her. So she's going in the office. I've got a Sailor Moon poster in here, wall scroll, that has all the scouts on it. But it needed a companion because, Sailor Moon's the GOAT, right? I mean, there are just certain properties that set the standard for the rest of what we love. Like you look at something like Willow, it's kind of a standard in fantasy. Evangelion is a standard in sci-fi anime properties. What else? Star Wars is a good sci-fi standard. Just building a great story, great characters. And Naoko Takeuchi, she did it with Sailor Moon. I mean, even as an adult, when they came back out with Crystal, I was like, they did it again. I can't wait for 20 more years to pass and they remake it again. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to watch it and collect more figures. All of you out here complaining about remakes and reboots, I need you to settle down because it is our time. If you're a nerd, Hollywood, mass media, it's for us right now. So don't you get out there complaining and ruining it for everybody. Okay, back to the fun. So Walmart has these, and a lot of us fans are buying them. This is a Gen 1 series of the most popular characters. We've got Optimus, Bumblebee, Rodimus, Ironhide, Jazz, Wheeljack, RC, Rodimus Prime, Ironhide, Megatron, Starscream, Soundwave, Shockwave, all of the favorites are in here. And because they're itty bitty, I can put them all over my office just to have cute little Transformers everywhere. So yeah, these are coming out of the box. These are not staying in here. And they're die cast, so these are metal. Not that plastic's bad, but it is nice to get a heavy, feel-good figure. I bought these a long time ago. I was just wandering through the toy section at Walmart when I was supposed to be there doing something else, because I always do. And I was like, "Ooh!" and it was cheap. I think I paid $12 for this. It's not expensive. So this is a fun little just get them all at once, especially if you're like me and the bigger figures you don't really take out of the package unless they put them in that box where you can't see the figure, so you have to take it out of the package if you want to see it. This is a great option. So these are coming out and they're going to be on display. But wait, there's more. So I did not have, I have all versions of Galvatron and I have Cyclonus, but I didn't have any of the sweeps. So now I got the sweep, and it was interesting because I found the sweep, I think at the same Walmart that I found this version of Galvatron, which in that box that you can't see through, so you have to take him out. And you see, this is how it should be packaged, so I can see it and leave it in here. I have to take this out. I don't appreciate that, but it's like I'm ever going to sell any of my figures. But so he's going to come out. I'm super excited about him. This guy is from the Legacy series, and it's very accurate. And he's even got the what is wrong with me? I claim to be a fan, and my mind totally blanked on me. The matrix of leadership, because that portion where he actually gets a hold of it but can't do anything with it. Yeah, so that's what this Galvatron is out of the movie. So I'm super happy about him. He's a great addition to my office decor, and I've got a suite to go with him. So a little bit themed out, but I've got one more here in a box that came from Amazon because it was a pre-order and he just arrived. Amazon box. So let's open. Eee! I love them Amazon fairy physics, don't you? I was waiting on this guy. 84 Studio Series Ironhide. Isn't he glorious? Now they've stopped using as much plastic as they can. Because plastic doesn't degrade. It takes 1,000 years for plastic to go away, which I'm okay with that. Dust can still get in here, but I can dust him off. But I can see him, so I don't have to take him out of the box. I'd rather have nothing here than covered, and I can't see him. But he's beautiful. And if you look close at him, this beat up Ironhide. This Ironhide's been through. So I really love that. This 84 series. Because these are all the Gen 1 models, which is the version of Transformers that resonates with me the most. But I really love that Bumblebee movie. That was whoever made that decision, let them make more Transformers movies, because those were great. But I really was super excited. But he took, oh goodness, I must have pre-ordered him back in like March or April. I almost forgot. And then he showed up about a month ago. But he's here, and I've got to find space for all of them in my office. But I have one more nerdy thing that I'm super happy about. So me and my fella are both nerds. Get you a nerd, okay? All right, we're both nerds. So we, on the other night, we elected to go to the observatory in our city, and it was a clear night, so they have 4 telescopes set up. They were looking at a couple of nebulas, some sister stars, but there was also perfect views of Jupiter and Saturn with their moons. Spectacular. If you want a creative date night, do that. He really won me over with this one. But they were giving away posters. So what else could I do except pick one? And this is a great one since I work in the children's wing at church, because kids always like space and stuff. So this is a really good one to have. So this is a space station renderings. It's obviously a print, not a painting, but it's a great print, and they were just giving them away. So I was like, yeah, I'll take one. I mean, if I'm going to be real, I wanted to be greedy and take four, but that's not right. Other people would want them. But that's just a fun little quick haul. I wanted to show you guys just out here doing the nerd thing. I'm excited to figure out where all of this is going to live in my office here. I've got some cleaning and stuff to do too. I got a lot of work to do in the children's church. I still haven't put up Easter. Yeah, it's when am I recording this? Yeah, it's the 18th of September 2022. So yeah, I'm a little behind, but I'll get caught up. So that was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Just quick, simple, fun stuff. And as always, just enjoy the nerdy things in life. Not just the nerdy, whatever makes you happy. You didn't hurt nobody. Enjoy it. There is enough real stuff happening in the world that we all need a little escapism, something to take us out of what's going on out there, and just enjoy the fantasy and be happy for a little while. It's good stuff. So I will see you in the next one. Remember, competition's still going. Obviously, I have tons of nerdy stuff. There's up there on the my backboard. Whoa, there we go. Now I can point. I've got a couple of old Star Trek Next Generation figures. Those are probably going to be two that I give away as part of my contest. One, they're not characters I care much about. You might care about them. I mean, they're old, they're pretty valuable. But two, someone gave them to me that I'm not a fan of, so I'd rather just give them to someone else that would be happy with them. So those are probably candidates for my nerdy prizes. Remember, once I get to 500 subs, I'll cross my 3 platforms, the Instagram, the YouTube, and the Twitter at the Epcot Otaku. I'm going to be giving out to thank everyone 3 nerdy prizes to represent my 3 platforms. Please have a U.S. address, because international shipping right now, can't guarantee you'll get it. So U.S. address. So if you got a friend who will send it on to you, that's an option. So this was great. I will see you in the next one.